Yeah, that's right. This title isn't clickbait. It's not something to pull you in. It's actually true. And that might be a little bit shocking to hear, but what can I tell you? I've tested both systems out, and I can definitively say that Kick is a better moderated platform than Twitch, despite all the negative attention that it gets because of the certain streamers that happen to exist on that platform. To give you some context, very recently I ran an event called a Twitch speedrun ban on my channel. Now, the idea behind the event wasn't really to actually get banned, it was more to have fun while breaking all of the rules and to see how does Twitch respond to this kind of situation. Now, being savvy to the idea that I had about 8 hours of content planned, and Twitch might very well ban me before that, I decided to dual stream over to Kick. Now, the reason why I chose Kick in particular was because, well, I, just like you and everyone else, has probably heard that it's a really, really shittily moderated platform. People break the rules there all the time, they ignore everything, and nothing happens to them. And so going into this, my thinking was, look, at least if I'm dual streaming it, I know that I'll be left alone if I'm on Kick. But guess what? It turns out that Kick did a better job of finding me, tracking me down, despite having no affiliation to them, despite this being what is technically the second stream I had done on Kick, and they banned me. They got a hold of me, they cut me down as quickly as possible, and this is actually fairly impressive to me. Now, eventually, Twitch did ban me as well. Let's not cast any aspersions about this. And they both did relatively about the same. Now, how I got banned is up to debate. Some people assume that someone hit the report function because, well, that wouldn't be too surprising if someone did. And then others tell me that it's an automated bot that picked up the fact that I had some dildos in the background and, well, Twitch, Kick, any live streaming platform doesn't like the idea of you having dildos in the background, even if you mark your content as 18 plus. But here's the kicker. Here's where things take a strange turn. You see, thanks to my man on the inside, Ilgi here, he set up 2 backup accounts so that if I got banned on both, I could just continue the stream by connecting to those. So big thank you to him, and shockingly enough, this is how I found out that Kick actually does a better job of moderating their platform than Twitch. Because you see, when it comes down to it, once I had set up both of those second channels, once I was connected to both of those second channels, I was breaking bigger and bigger rules on Twitch. I was breaking more sexualized content rules, I was drinking on stream, I was doing some pretty heavy stuff, and not in a single moment beyond that first initial ban on my affiliated account did Twitch ever find me or ban me or do anything else to track me down and moderate me the way they did. But guess who did? Kick did. Kick actually went out of their way to find me and ban me. And guess what? They even gave me the correct reason. They didn't ban me for what I was doing on stream, even though I was breaking the rules. They didn't ban me for the original reason, which was sexualized content, which 100% correct. They were right about that. They banned me for ban evasion, which means they were well aware of what I was doing. They found my second account and they tracked me down, an account that was freshly made on the exact same day that I was streaming. Now, Twitch is still king of streaming. They have the biggest platform in the world. No one matches up to them. And so you would think that, you know, correspondingly, that have the best moderation, the best tools on the platform to make sure that rule breakers and bad boys like me don't, you know, get away with what they're doing. But it turns out no. It turns out that Kick can just do a better job than they can, and with a much smaller team, which is kind of shocking, a little bit surprising. And now that's left me thinking about what I would like to do with the future of my streaming. You see, I don't like streaming on Twitch. Not because of its lack of features or because of any kind of preferential favoritism that you find on the platform, or the lack of discoverability, or the fact that if you're a female and you do what I did and post sexualized content, you get banned for 1 day and not 7. None of that really bothers me. What really bothers me is the fact that any of my viewers who came to my channel, who would want to watch my streams, then have to sit through an unskippable ad. And there is no button, as far as I'm aware, that lets me turn off those ads, that lets me get rid of them. I would be more than happy to earn zero revenue from Twitch if it meant that any viewer coming to my channel doesn't have to sit through a 3-minute unskippable ad or some garbage like that. But with that, conversely, because Twitch is so poorly moderated, because they don't know what they're doing, and they very obviously care very little about these things, I want a platform that is going to leave me alone, that's going to let me do and say things, for the most part, that aren't going to be your standard affair, that are going to allow me to express things that may be considered, bannable offenses in other cases. And unfortunately, that means that I'm probably going to stick with streaming on Twitch even though I don't like the platform. But conversely, that means I've had to come up with a plan, because I really wanted to switch over to Kick. That was my original plan. Have a last speedrun ban event on Twitch, and then fully switch over to Kick. But guess what? Kick is well moderated. Kick is actually doing their job. Kick is working hard. But at the same time, Kick is green Twitch without all the features. You see, none of the interactions that people would get out of coming to my stream and interacting with me that you can get off of Twitch, whether that be my snap cam, whether that be my music, or changing certain things about the stream themselves, you just can't do that on Kick, because Kick is not as well integrated yet into the streaming world. So I would like to use Kick as a platform, but it's just not ready yet. It's not something that I want to use yet, and I think it needs like maybe another 1-2 years in the oven, and then it might be something fairly impressive, all while Twitch collapses. But conversely, like I said, I really, really, really hate the idea of anyone coming to my channel and having to sit through a 3-minute ad. I don't know why, but I can't describe to you fully how annoying that is to me, that someone else has to be inconvenienced by a bullshit ad that they don't care about, that's not targeted towards them, that gives them no feedback of, hey, this is actually a product I care about. These ads are non-targeted, they're worthless. And so, what I'm going to be doing from the future now on, and this is now within Twitch's guidelines, is I'm going to be multi-streaming. So if you want to catch any of my future streams and you don't want to have to deal with ads at all, then I suggest that you watch me over on YouTube, which I think is probably a good place to be. If anything does go wrong, well, I can just delete the VOD, or I can just, private it or whatever. And if you want to interact with the stream, if you want to redeem channel points or use the platform for other reasons, well, then you're going to have to bite your way through an ad, which I still don't like, but at least you get those interaction features that you can't get yet on Kick. So to end off and to not waste any more of your time, it just turns out that Kick does a better job at moderating their platform than Twitch does, or at least that's been my experience of things. And as much as I would like to abandon Twitch, it's just the streaming site that's got all the features that I want my viewers to have currently. And so I hope that helps you understand where I'm going in the future, what I'm planning to do for now, updates to follow soon, and why I'm getting rid of my original plan to just move everything over to Kick as of now. Aside from that, I hope that maybe cleared up some, misattributed aspersions that you find about the Kick platform, and about Twitch itself, because, oh man, Twitch is a cesspool, but the cesspool is pretty much where I belong.